Here is the cold, hard truth about cryptocurrency. It's not going to go back up until interest rates stop rising. But what no one else seems to want to talk about is how practically nothing will go back up until interest rates stop rising. Look at the chart of interest rates over the last few months. We have a vertical move in interest rates. This is the 10-year yield. Now look at what happened to tech stocks, which are much more established than crypto in that time. Literally inversely correlated, crashing back down to pandemic lows. Let's look at what the S&P 500 has been up to in this time, crashing as well. So a bet on cryptocurrency is not a bet on crypto. It's a bet on everything finally turning around. And if you're investing in stocks, if you're investing in bonds, if you're investing in practically anything, including real estate, you're making the exact same bet. And so what makes crypto special is that it's just one revolutionary asset class that people have not yet discovered and has absolutely life-changing returns attached to it if you can weather it and get out the other side. So you get to decide, do you want to be in more stable asset classes that are less volatile but also have less upside? Maybe when things recover in the S&P 500, you'll 1-2x your money over 5 years. But if you invest in higher volatile asset classes, then you have to pay for it with these paper losses unrealized in the meantime. That is the price for the life-changing return. Now, it could take time. A lot of people think 2024 is when all this is going to turn around. We have a presidential election. We have a Bitcoin halving cycle. We have enough time for the government to figure something out with inflation to maybe bring it down. It could easily take that long, but in the meantime, it is a generational opportunity where you get to decide where you want to allocate your capital, because it's not going anywhere. We've talked at length about how the smart money, the big money, is investing heavily into it. And so they're going to be building in this crypto winter. It's almost like an opportunity to invest in a Facebook or a Twitter before they even went public. Because the reality is, if you wanted to start a Facebook or a Twitter in this environment, it'd be hard to raise capital and it'd be hard to cash out. And so this is our opportunity to buy this stuff as true early stage investors while no one has even discovered them, right? So let's dive right in. First, we have an update from the founder of Binance, CZ. This is his take on what is going on in this market. During the last all-time high, new people were marveling at OGs who got in early and held on. This is what it feels like the other half of the time. Your actions now determine what you will feel like during the next all-time high. Again, it's all based on interest rates, just like every other asset class. Feel free to invest in oil, which is probably inversely correlated to all this other stuff, but it's not scarce. And so any headline about a resolution to the war in Ukraine will send that stuff crashing. You never know. You want to sleep well for the long term, being a long-term investor. So let's dive into how revolutionary this stuff is and what is going on beneath the surface, so you know what is going on and potentially what is going to change the world once all this stuff just finally gets resolved, which to me is a fair bet that eventually things will go back to normal and humanity will grow and America will survive. I think that's a pretty fair bet. These are the brands summarized who is investing in the Flow network and who's partnered up. We have the NBA, the NFL, the UFC, Instagram, and Billboard. Ubisoft has done work, Samsung has done work, but Ubisoft is a big investor in the Hbar Hashgraph network. They are on the governing council. Samsung, now an investor in the Theta network. So competing networks, big investors, but Flow just has massive institutional adoption, okay? Now let's give you an update on what is going on with the Hbar Hashgraph network, guys. It is absolutely mind-blowing since I last talked about it, what they have been up to. Here we go. We're going to dive right in. Avery Dennison, look up Avery Dennison, will be deploying the single biggest use case on public DLT to date. Hbar will be tracking carbon emissions in the supply chain of billions of unique items, okay? Avery Dennison, also on the governing council. Let's keep moving because there is just so much going on. Standard Bank is also planning and exploring tokenized commodities, self-sovereign ID, and bond exchange. Okay, more. We have this from IBM, which is also on the governing council of Hbar Hashgraph. IBM and Hbar maintain strong links through Hyperledger You can also read their tech preview. So these are just some examples. I am scratching the surface on what is going on with Hedera Hashgraph. Here's another revolutionary asset with an update today, Helium Network. Helium crypto wireless network to launch new tokens amid expansion. Even more protocols besides Internet of Things and 5G could be offered by Helium as it readies a new network of networks approach. So Helium is a globally decentralized wireless internet provider, which is run on the blockchain and which offers people tokens as rewards for running nodes. This is what's going on with Helium. They will launch a new mobile and IoT tokens as it expands its crypto-powered wireless network. The token incentivized network may also expand to include additional decentralized protocols. This is changing everything. And so technology is out of favor, even though it's going to be changing the world in the future, guys. So this could be a generational opportunity to understand and pick this stuff up. We'll stay on top of this market.